Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Bo Nix, week 6, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So that rookie quarterback that you're wondering where the heck the video is, it's probably a full game. It's probably at the Quarterback School Patreon community. You should probably hop over there and become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Bo Nix, the Broncos, got the Chargers at home. First one here, rough. Deep in, ball's a little high, tip right to the middle field safety. Just a bummer. So a few things here for me. Obviously, the tip, unfortunate. The ball placement, probably not exactly where Bo Nix and company wants this thing. Is it a bad throw? Probably not a terrible throw there. Gets his hand on it. Is it high? Absolutely. Bad things happen. Tip balls over the middle of the field. Unfortunate. Okay, now, my bigger thing here, and this continues to just be, and maybe it's just my issue, okay, but what I see that gives me the most kind of pause for some of what Bo Nix does when things go sideways here. So the over's not there this deep in. It's not my favorite route in the world. I would love him to kind of be faster through this and carve it back downhill a little bit. There's not a whole lot of separation out here. This guy's right in his hip. It's good coverage. My biggest thing with Bo Nix is not necessarily the decision here. Like, this is one of those ones, this is the coverage. He should win on this route, on an in-breaker with outside leverage and man coverage. You should have this. My thing is that he has this tendency, when I watch him on film, to make things harder than they have to be within the pocket. And so whether that's timing or pocket movement, I just want you to watch the pocket movement here. And you can be like, what are you talking about? Just that subtle move to the right here. You might say, oh, he's just staying in the middle of the pocket. Okay. But if he just stayed right here and threw the ball on time, 1-2, it's a much easier throw than going from this to watch his back foot, that to move to the right, to now throw it deep down the field. And so we're a little late because of the unnecessary movement. It's a little bit harder than it should be. Now the ball sprays a little bit more than we want, and now it's a pick. So yeah, it can be unfortunate. It can be unlucky. You hit tip ball middle of the field, but it's late, and we're moving just unnecessarily. Next one here, 3rd and 6. Now, I straight up love this play call. We're going to get a huge opportunity to hit the number 2 on a post back across the field on a little dashy pass protection. Great pass pro. We got an opportunity for a massive play. Sometimes the best opportunities for shots are on 3rd and medium, where defenders are sitting at the sticks. I love the design of this. I like the idea of this throw. I don't think this throw is a bad throw at all. I will say a few things here about the route specifically. And I also want to make sure I mention 29, bro. This is unbelievable coverage. Watch his left hand. Look at his left hand. Put it right where the ball is going to come down. So he doesn't even have to get his head around. And I love the aggressiveness of it. I'm just going to talk through exactly this route for me. So I think historically this play, and I'm a massive fan of booting like this and throwing this kind of traditional corner post back. And the reason I like it so much is because versus middle field closed, if you can get this safety going towards the way the quarterback is moving, you end up getting this huge window to throw this ball down the field. Now, I think it's best thrown when you set it high and you create this huge window where you can kind of curve it back down, as opposed to what this is, where to me, this is not a great route. He's just winning inside, and then he just sets it and runs. So even if we were to do this, I would want the move at this thing to give me something, to stick, to step in his lane, to create a little bit of separation. And then the easier throw is to carve it down, okay, as opposed to chucking it, a perfect throw deep down the field on a straight line. So the execution part of this right here is what, to me, goes sideways on this thing. And again, it impacts the quarterback play. So watch the route by the number 2. He just up and just runs. He's trying to beat him with pure speed. What I'm saying, my favorite part about this play normally is up, you lean on him right there, separate, and now the quarterback, instead of running and just trying to beat him with speed this way, you've created just a little bit of separation with a quick nod, get off me, push his hip, and then as you come out of this thing, the quarterback can carve this thing down out here and just allow you to run through this ball over here. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean, everybody in the stadium can see the space here. You have to have the arm talent to make this throw. And again, look at the protection. It's awesome. Fuck, it's awesome. It's a great schemed up opportunity for a big play. Everything is there for me except the route and the finish. And again, he still wins. He gaps him. Maybe the throw is a yard or two behind. But I mean, that far down the field, you just want a chance. You could probably also say, hey, put your foot in the ground, come back for that ball. But man, I just want a better route. And then I want us to be able to throw him away from the coverage. Next one here, another rough throw. We're going to work a little deep in down here to the bottom, more daggery. This time, Bo Nix absolutely probably has to move. Again, I'm probably being critical, and I acknowledge getting really close to overly critical with the pocket movement. It's easy for me with a clicker to say, hey, you know, do this, do that. It would have been easier for you. At the end of the day, whatever you do, you don't want to have a whole lot of routes that you're skipping it to guys, right? Like this might burn and be too soon for some of these people, but this is very Tebow-esque. Okay, anything down around the ankle, skipping it to guys that are open down the field. It's not the look we're looking for. And it's easy for me to say, hey, with a clicker and a marker, instead of just drifting sideways, and again, everyone's going to have their own feel for the pocket. But for me, I just feel like everything is harder when you're in a drifty type mindset with your feet. So when you're not having the capacity to set your feet and you're just drifting this way, it's not that Patrick Mahomes can't make this throw, or some guys with elite arm talent can't have their feet moving and make throws. You can. I just would prefer this guy, from what I've seen on film, to have violent movement and then reset your feet. It's just easier, in my opinion, to have your feet set to drive the ball down the field. So here, instead of drifting this way, I would want to violently reset over and up, or over more. I just, it just feels like everything is just a little bit harder. And again, this is my framing. Everything is a little bit harder than it has to be with the pocket movement. And again, you see the output with some of these throws and the accuracy when we're driving the ball down the field. Now again, 100% valid to say, hey, jerk, easy with a clicker and a marker. It is. But it's also easy to say, hey, there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of space up here. So instead of sideways, let's think up in the pocket, reset your feet, easier throw. Next one here, 3rd and 6. This is a very nice executed play. I'm used to calling this a little short in or fin, levels down here to the bottom. The ball's right up on 14's face. It's an outstanding job. This is a nice conversion, 3rd medium. This is a funky look. We're protected. We get the ball out on time. We're playing with anticipation. This is outstanding. I think this is what we all expect from Bo Nix consistently. So for me here, what I'm used to calling levels, what I think most people call levels, is a little basic cross and a short in here. And there's lots of different ways to read this. This sure looks like he comes back, takes his 3-step drop, and just throws it right here. And it's there. And we put it right on him. It's a well-thrown ball. It's outstanding timing, and we got a 1st down. Again, he goes to throw it right there. 3 no-hitch. Boom, ball's out. You can see the route at the bottom of the screen, not out of the break yet. So we're throwing it to space. It's right on him. It's sudden. It's quick. It's excellent. Perfect. 1st down. We are rolling. So again, the ball certainly can come out quick. Everybody knows we can get a lot of completions underneath with this system, with this quarterback. Just need to see more and more. This next one here really hurts my football soul. 3rd and 2. Again, we're going to be aggressive on 3rd down. Again, I love it. Dagger deep down the field. It's kind of a unique stem as well. This is a massive play, y'all. Massive. And when you look at the box for it, you don't see it because we got a holding penalty at the right guard. But the film is the film for Bo Nix. This is what it can look like. Now, does it look like this consistently when we're driving the ball down the field? Not yet. But it can. Again, what this play eventually is here is essentially a clear, Whether you want to call that a cross or a clear, it really doesn't matter. And then a really cool kind of unique stem into this thing. But we play this with anticipation, y'all. Driving the ball down the field in that intermediate deep section. I mean, this is outstanding quarterback play. On 3rd and 2, you can't do it better than this. Watch that route at the bottom. See him kind of lean on him a little bit, give him that little nod. So nod, up, in. Now watch when we throw this thing. We're separated right there. Right? Like we see the receiver at the bottom of the screen. I think it's Sutton on the bottom of the 50. He's throwing an in to that guy. It's outstanding. It really is. This is awesome. And this should get you fired up. Now we just need to see it consistently. I love the base. I love the timing. One hitch, reset, drive the ball down the field. Aggressive offense. It's just sweet with the sweet offense, with the sweet stem of the little nod and up. I love it. But it's all for naught. And it's a shame. So when you watch the first half, you miss these huge opportunities on the big post and now this one. Next one here. This is a bummer. Well, it's a few things. It's a great play from Bo Nix to not go down. I'm not sure how he doesn't get sacked here from behind. Great strength. Again, ability to scramble, go make a positive play, go get a first down off essentially, a guy free runner on your blind side. Now, could probably, whatever. If you want to taunt the other guy while you're playing against him, do you. I would tread lightly when it comes to that regard. Every team's going to see this film. Again, do you, bro. If you want to do this to the guy you're running away from, fine. Okay. We've all had our moments. I think when you turn on the film, it's a bummer because down here to the bottom, you've got scissors on versus quarters, and we're going to have beaters all over the place. I mean, this is dialed up. This is the perfect call versus quarters. Deep post with what I'm calling this corner or sail here coming out number 2. You're going to have an opportunity. This is a premium look to the post. The scissors is going to be there. Like it's made to order, and we can't protect at left tackle. Now, it's not a disaster. Bo Nix kind of band-aids the play, but just watch this thing to the bottom. I mean, the post is there. The sail is there. The corner is there. Instead, we got to go fight for our lives. We got to run around. We got to go make a play. Great. That part of it, no doubt, he can move. And in fact, I would probably say they need to lean into that a little bit more consistently. These kind of organic plays will happen. And again, it's impressive strength. Tell my left tackle to keep playing here, bro, instead of watching, but stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. And then no doubt he can go out and create and do this. Just be smart about that. Next one here, 3rd and 15. Another example of Bo Nix, in my opinion, making life much more difficult than it has to be. Okay, now, I actually really like this kind of flip, this creative kind of check down. And again, I see the penalty up top. Who knows if this play would have even started? I don't care enough to go back and see. But this little flick, this vision, this is sweet. As he goes, side flick over there like you're playing point guard. I love it. I really do. There's not everybody in the league can do stuff like this, and I appreciate it. The problem, or my problem with this play, is that it's 3rd and 15. And the play called, dagger at the bottom, is there. There's no reason to start running in the pocket. You're not going to run for 15 yards every time. Just play the play that's called. This is the type of shit that I can imagine would drive any coach crazy. So we're going to get this deep in, 20-ish yards deep down the field normally. It's almost universally paired with that. When they're going to drop the safety down here, it doesn't matter. It's that deep down the field. It's 3rd and 15. Instead of taking your 5-step drop and just taking off and running here, just hitch up. Again, easy with a clicker and a marker. I get it. Take your 2 hitches and throw that thing right where it's supposed to go, right on time, because it's there. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating to turn on the film. I can imagine it's frustrating for the organization. That is as open as you'll ever see on 3rd and 15 down here to the bottom. Hitch, throw. We've already seen him make throws down the field on deep ends. There's no reason to run. So again, it doesn't bring me joy to point out the fact that the guy has, some movement issues within the pocket. It just feels like, and this is the way that it makes sense to me. So it's the way that you're going to hear it. He makes life harder than it has to be in the pocket. There is no reason to start running here. And again, this is not what quarterbacks want on their film. The offensive line is going to turn on this film and say, "What the fuck are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Why are you running? Trust us. Get back there, throw it down the field. We don't need circus checkdowns on 3rd and 15." And again, I can appreciate the checkdown. It's cool. But it's still 4th and forever instead of 1st down near the red zone. Next one here, 1st and 10, backed up in the shadow of our own goalpost here. A little naked keeper. Again, showcasing the athleticism. I don't think you can overstate, he is a good athlete. He is slippery. He can move. Leaning into this part of his game is outstanding. And also, we're a little fortunate right here because that could easily be a sack, easily be a safety. Now, this is probably one of my least favorite types of nakeds where we have the number 1 down here to the bottom just run like a delayed flat. I just don't like the spacing of what this thing looks like to me. It looks like the number 3 and the number 1 are in like the same lane here. But you can't argue the fact that he is slippery. Whoop, make somebody miss. Off platform, flick it to him. Get a nice little gain. I was almost going to say easy. There's nothing easy about that. A nice gain by moving the launch point on 1st down. So whoop. And then downhill, going to your left, finding completion, 2nd and short. Next one here. This ends up being a very nice play from Bo Nix. I've got some structural issues here with just the pass pro and what we're trying to do and the answers for the quarterback, but outside the pocket, again, going to your left. It's a sweet play out of structure. He's got a free runner in his face to the left. He again makes a miss, gets out to the left, gets downhill, off platform, good enough throw, rips it right on him for a big chunk. Pretty outstanding. Now, pass pro wise here, again, we're not in the huddle, so I can't tell you exactly what the pass pro is, but this is either he needs to block number 3, or this is some sort of like bluff free release where then he's going to go run this little option. Whatever is happening here, it looks like we're surprised that he is a free runner coming at us. So if he is a free runner coming at us, in my opinion, we are hot. We need this guy to either peak hot here on whatever he's running across the field, or we need to throw it to the back. Nobody lives in the world, or I shouldn't say, very few quarterbacks consistently live in the world where they want to have a free runner and they're just going to get out here and do them, win athletically and throw it down the field out of structure. So to me, again, structural breakdown. Doesn't look like Bo Nix has a great answer. Now he finds a great answer because he's athletic, but where do you want the ball to go hot here? No one's looking. No one's looking. No one's looking. No one's looking. Still no one's looking. There's the first look and it's the back. So again, to me, it looks structurally deficient. We don't have a hot answer. Hard to play quarterback like this. Play caller gets bailed out because Bo Nix goes and makes a play, turns into being a big chunk out of structure going to his left. So it's a nice Band-Aid. Again, we've seen him Band-Aid up some pass pro deficiencies. It's outstanding in that regard. Next one here, 4th and 1. One of my favorite plays of the game. We're going to look like we're working the choice to number 3 up top, 17. It's not there. Bo goes to run because it's 4th and short. He can go get it himself. He sees the second level of the defense come up, and he just flips it to 17. It's awesome. This is a great play. This is a great feel play. Not there. I mean, that is beautiful touch as well. That's elite, like arm talent, arm touch. The ability to be on the move. We've seen him throw off platform multiple times now. So whatever we're trying to do here at the top. So to me here, the way that the route distribution is up top, coming across, we're probably going to the corner. Guarantee that this is almost always a choice route. So he can go in, he can go out. Sometimes he can go to the post. He can settle up, trying to get the ball right there. I think he ends up going out. It's not there. Now Bo's got to go. So he feels this lane. It's 4th and 2, right? Here's the first down marker. He's going to go take it himself. As he goes to take it himself, the second level of the defense starts to come up. Well, then that choice now turns into like scramble and goes to the open space. And we're just able to, as we're going up, flip it to him. It's outstanding. Again, this is not design. This is Bo Nix, the playmaker. Again, we've seen a few in a row here of him just band-aiding this thing and being creative. And that part of the film is outstanding to see. And you see it a few times in a row banked up. It's a really nice job. This is crucial situational football. 4th and short, throw it, not there, got to go and make a play. I mean, that is sweet. Good for you, dude. Next one here, touchdown pass. This is pretty sweet play. So 2x2 condensed. We're going to run an iteration of what I'm going to call mesh railroad. It's got this nice little addition of the running the back line here where we end up going with the touchdown. Now, you don't see a lot of gun 7-step drops. Okay, he's able to buy a little bit of time, find the in on the back line. It's beautiful. But this is an interesting design here. So everybody nowadays loves these squeeze formations. Okay, and what I mean by that is everybody's in tight, like inside the numbers. Well, there's a lot of reason to do that for a number of different things where you can run. You can get outs, you can get picks, you can get easy rubs. But for a quarterback perspective, what the hell is this? Nobody knows. It could be anything. Okay, so the thing I like is that he's got the freedom to just be able to kind of extend this drop, because I doubt it says on the install 7-step drop here from gun. Okay, now what this play is here is it's just railroad. So there's the rail. These guys are coming across on mesh. One of them's going to set up over the ball. The other one keeps going. Now this is where the touchdown goes right here. So this is the added little layer to it. He's going to get a pick, try to get a pick right here, run up and run the back line. We're then going to run the other part of mesh right here with the number 1. He's coming across. Now this is not my favorite route because he kind of drifts to the middle of the end zone. But this is what this thing is. And so the traditional mesh railroad, this part, it's not there. This little added in, which is a nice red zone addition here, allows this thing to have an answer when it's not there. And I've been critical of Bo Nix in the pocket. Right here, I love the ability to buy some time. It's nice pass pro as well. Buy some time, keep your base, find that in on the back line. So watch 16 at the bottom. He's the number 2. He's going to get a little rub. Well, could be an even better rub for Sutton there to the left. Get a rub, work the back line. And again, if you were to play this play out, right, you're trying to get the rail to the back, not there. Sutton on the mesh, not there. Back line. Beautiful. It's well done. It's a nice constructed play, especially in what I would consider a pretty dirty look. Like who knows what coverage that is. You got to buy some time. You could be hot. You could have all sorts of issues. We get a touchdown out of it. Next one here. This is a really nice throw to the bottom of the screen. We're going to hit what I'm used to calling a spray post, spray 8, spray glance. Again, outstanding anticipation. I like the base. Could it be a better throw? Absolutely. Would we love to keep his feet, get that yak afterwards? For sure. Again, it's not the easiest throw in the world because we got someone right in our lap. I'm going to be critical of the footwork. That's just what I do, guys. That's why you're here. But I think he could make it easier on himself. So first off, let's just appreciate the route down here to the bottom. So again, when I say spray, it's this idea being that we're going to go out with our stem. We're not just going to run straight line post like that. So this spray working out, again, we've already got outside leverage by the corner here, right? So he's going to stay outside leverage. They're going to go to middle field close. This is a pitcher look to run this type of route. Then we're going to come right back into this window. So that's the route part of it. It's a great read. It's a nice design. It's a great hookup versus middle field closed. Perfect. Now, again, does he have to go to the ground here to catch this? Probably not. And again, a better ball, does a better ball score here? Maybe not, but a better ball turns into a huge chunk. Or if he's able to keep his feet, I'm not going to put it all on Bo Nix there. If Sutton can keep his feet there and not go down. Now, watch the top of the drop here. So again, when I say wasted movement, I would say normally if you're going to throw this spray to the backside, and you are based on the shell of the defense, you want to hit your back foot and be lined up to throw that thing with your lower half. What you don't want to do is be lined up the opposite way. So watch his right foot and his left foot. He's crossing himself up. And again, I acknowledge the fact that the back is having a car crash right in front of you. But that shouldn't make you want to cross your feet even more. Right? So again, just watch the footwork. Back of the drop. That is not it, guys. Okay? And again, I get it. He's a rookie. I get it. These things will get cleaned up. But that makes life so difficult on yourself. Unnecessarily. He eventually gets there, right there. But that lined up like that is where you want to be at the top. And you might say, dude, you are fucking way in over your head. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. This is not like just my opinion. This is kind of universal football. You want to be lined up to your target, Captain. You don't want to be lined up like that. That to me is the definition of making life harder than it has to be on yourself. And it's still a hookup, but it's not what it could be, right? And again, you have to acknowledge the back is taking an L in your lap. I get that. But that shouldn't make you want to have worse footwork. It might impact the footwork. It's actually impressive that he gets it out there, but a better ball. And look at all the grass he's running to there. So yeah, it can be a chunk, but he should still be running. He should be racing to the left pylon and probably scores. Next one here. We're going to work the in to the number 2 down here to the bottom. I think they run a little double in to the bottom. It's nice. It's wide open. Take advantage of it. Now, there are some throws here as this game, winds down where it feels like the Chargers are in a little bit more of a prevent-y type vibe. But I'm not going to apologize from a quarterback perspective. He gets it out. He's on time. He's got an excellent base. He's lined up to his target. Again, that's the base. That's the line you're looking for. The ball's out on one hitch. We're throwing it with a little bit of anticipation. It sure looks like they're matching up top, so that backer up top kind of matches to the number 2, and that creates that huge void over there. But it's a really nice job from Bo Nix. It's there. It's clean. Again, watch the footwork at the top of the drop. He's still kind of crossing himself up right there. It's better. It's not as dramatic as the last one. But he's lined up right to where he throws it, and it's a strike. Excellent. Next one here. Another tough miss for me. We're going to throw a deep out, circus, bench route, whatever you want to call it, down here to the bottom. You can see the frustration with 14 here. There are some issues here with the footwork, with the timing for me. And again, I'm not going to sit here and feel like I'm screaming at the clouds. But I am going to say, if this is the route, so this kind of burst in, up, 15-ish yard, whether they call that circus, deep out, whatever that is, most NFL teams from gun here, I think, would take 5 or a big 3. So 5, tight hitch, and throw that thing with anticipation. Big 3, hitch, reset, maybe 2 hitches, let that thing go. What you don't see a lot of is this drop. And then what I want you to really pay attention to is the base. So he hits the back foot, and then this narrow base, you just don't see many quarterbacks play well from this type of base. You don't see very many quarterbacks play at all from that narrow of a base. But it's very difficult to drive the ball consistently anywhere on the field, let alone deep outside the numbers with this kind of base. So again, he hits his back foot. That base, great. This base, nope. You just don't see it. And I'll show you why, because when he goes to throw it, he has to take a big stride because he's ripping the ball down the field. So there's a lot of movement. He's drifting to the left. The ball goes to the left, and it's a miss. And it's frustrating. So again, just watch the movement here. So you just don't see guys play quarterback like this. To throw, especially an out to the left, deep out to the left. So watch how much movement, just the lower half. We're not talking about arm action, anything. Just the lower half. See, he has to take a right ball step here. That is really tough, man. You're hitching backwards. You're hitching away from the target. You wouldn't, this is not, fuck, man. This is not footwork you see in the league. And that's just me being honest. There's nobody who does something like this where you're lined up like that. You're going to step to the right, take a huge step to the left. Look how wide he is there. Okay, if you're going to be that wide, and you can certainly be this wide to throw it, you want your base to be wide. You think Drew Brees, think Tua, think Brock. Those are guys to me that fit the same stature here. So the lower half should be pretty similar. They never play straight up like this. And it's just so hard. And again, the frustrating part for me with the film is that it's self-inflicting. Now, maybe he's never been taught it. I don't know. But I just find it hard to believe they're teaching this. Okay, I just don't. In fact, I don't believe it. Miss. Next one here, 4th and 5. Another wild one. All right, now again, the fact that Bo Nix can rely on his legs and create like this, it's outstanding. Again, nothing benefits a young quarterback better than the capacity to use his legs and overcome some mistakes, either self-inflicted or structurally. So for me here, we are hot to the left. We have a free runner again. We don't have an answer. Now, Bo Nix is able to go get us a first down because he's a special athlete. But before we even dive into this thing, this guy is rushing us free. Most teams would have some sort of hot answer here. Something. In fact, it doesn't even matter what it is. I don't care. Something for him to have an answer. Now, even the craziest answer, like a Jordan Love, I think this past week did like a double move. He had a free runner. He was able to chuck it up and good things happened. Okay. I'm not sure he's that guy yet, but that maybe you could do that. But it looks like he doesn't have an answer. And to me, again, that is frustrating from a structural standpoint to say, hey, how are we going to allow this rookie to be successful? Well, let's give him multiple free runners with no hot answers multiple times. It's tough, guys. It's tough, y'all. It's just tough. I don't know what else to say. So I can be critical of his footwork, but I can also turn on the film and realize, hey, that there's nowhere to go. Where does the ball go down here to the bottom? No one's looking. We got double moves. We got double moves everywhere. No one's looking on either side. Fuck, man. Help us out. Help us out. And, again, he does a great job escaping, using his legs, going to his left, go get us a first down. That part, you can't overstate how that is impressive. But we don't have answers here. There's nothing we can do. 6-person protection. We've got a free runner to the left. There's no way you can't go 5-0 here. Okay, so the defensive guys get paid too. I make fun of them. But they walk up in this look, you are going to get a 5-0 call 90% of the time. The defense knows that as well. In 6-person protection, where the back is coming out here, he's going to block 1 to 2. He's going to scan. So here to here, if both these players, so both the edges like a saw come, you're going to be hot, dog. Like, there's just no way to do it. If he bails out of here, it's going to be really hard for this guy to like molly back here. It's just not going to happen consistently. You can't count on it. So to not have an answer is not good enough. The NFL. Fuck. Thank you. Use your legs. Go get a first down. Bail us out again. Next one here. Touchdown pass. I think. Pretty sure it was a touchdown pass. We don't get a signal on the all 22, but the series ends and they add 6 points to the scoreboard. So we're going to call it a touchdown. It's a beautiful throw. It's probably an even better catch. A little double move. I'm used to calling this route like a little chair route. It's kind of off that short in fin action. So you basically catch a one-on-one, catch at quarters. Out there, we've already thrown that short in. He gives it a little pump, and it's up. Again, it's a beautiful throw. So again, watch this little subtle shrug right there, and the ball's out. Great rhythm to it. Beautiful throw. It's in the bucket back there. It's also an outstanding catch from Sutton there to kind of armbar that safety or that corner who's already made a good play. So you can see the double move up top right, like he's selling that short in. Got him. And I mean, he doesn't even really get him. We kind of throw him open, which is a nice trait to have on your film. It's a beautiful throw, better catch, big touchdown. Next one here, 2nd and 5, coming out of the 2-minute. We're down 10 here. For me here, this looks and feels late to the end. Now, it's a bit of a funky look, and it's not quite exactly like a dagger, although it's got the foundation of a dagger. Again, I just can't quite get over the footwork. The timing is a little funky. Now, again, I get it that at this point in the game, it's going to be a very prevent-y type vibe. But this deep in here, for me here, this right here is just dagger. Now, when you add this back pylon corner to it, it can become a little bit more of a deep shot type play. So that part of it, if you're working here back down to the end, potentially you could see how you could be late here. The problem is that it's open out the break. So if you were to just play this deep in on time, I think you have a good completion. Me acknowledging the fact that this is a little bit of an exotic coverage here in this prevent world. I'm used to calling this 3-backer, where this kind of safety type is dropping down into the hook curl area and you're getting buzzed out to the flat. So there's absolutely a hole here if you can understand the structure and see it. It's just late. But again, I'm not in the huddle. I don't know exactly how they're reading or playing this. And I'm acknowledging the fact that when you have this deep flag or pylon by the 2, if you're trying to work that, it's going to be a little bit tougher. But if he were to just take 5, hitch, throw the in down here to the bottom, to me, it's there. Now, if you don't like it because this safety type, DB type is in the area, you don't like throwing it with anticipation right here. I get that too. Just throw it right here. So I just don't like the late element of it more than anything else. And again, he's not helping himself with his feet. It just continues to be a thing. And it hits the guy in the damn face. So he could catch it. So all that, me complaining about it, still hits the guy in the face. No idea why he's jumping to catch it on his face, and we drop it. So not a lot of great things going on here at this point in the game. Again, just look at the clickiness of the base here as he moves. Hits his back foot, not lined up. Click, click, movie, toesy, late, drop. Last one here, 3rd and 5. Much better of a throw, much better timing here. We're going to hit the number 2 on that little corner or sail. Just high-low the flat defender to the bottom. First middle field close, put it right on him. Again, he's got the arm strength to drive the ball down the field. To me, it's as much the timing and rhythm as anything else. And again, I think it could come out even faster with a better base. So when he goes to throw this, you can see he's colliding. That sail is getting collisioned by the corner down here to the bottom, right? So the read here, once you catch closed, so middle field closed, this kind of post is dead. So it's almost operates more like a clear. So you end up getting this with something in the flat, and you're just trying to high-low this flat defender usually. So once he takes this thing away, you want to drive this thing. But if you get it up and down early enough, the corner probably shouldn't be able to cover the post, baseball turn, and collision your sail or corner. So it's just a tick late. And again, the reason I'm saying it's a tick late is because his footwork is slowing him down. It's just the guys who get the ball out on time with elite footwork don't bring their feet together like this. So is he lined up at the top? No, he's lined up right down the hashes, if anything closed. He eventually gets there, but how does he get there? He clicks. So what I'm saying is a perfect footwork at the top would be lined up to where you want to throw your first read like that. Your hitch or reset would be the tightest hitch or reset possible. And I mean like small movement, but getting going towards the target, as opposed to here where he's closed himself off to then a heel click to then back to the base that he needs. So it's just unnecessary movement, which as you throw the ball down the field gets magnified with the timing. So heel click. And that's the base. Like he needs to play in this base all the time. We shouldn't see his feet coming together with unnecessary movement. There's no reason to move here, right? Like whatever this movement is, it's unnecessary. Just have that base at the top of the drop, dog. Make it easy on yourself. Or easier. Dang. So that is a wrap. Bo Nix, the Broncos, kind of a tough start, obviously, with the interception, Captain. But then some third down big play opportunities early in that game, not getting those, whether execution-wise or penalty-wise, really put them behind the 8 ball, it felt like, offensively the rest of the game. And then, to be honest, there are a number of structural issues as far as free runners for me that just don't make sense coming from a guy who's supposed to be such an offensive guru and great system and all those types of things. Now, maybe it's player mistakes, mental errors, missed assignments. We don't know, or I don't know. And so the fact that Bo Nix can kind of Band-Aid over those sometimes is a pretty nice trait to have. I think it really is. I think you see some reps, it's inconsistent, but there are some reps where he looks like he's mechanically sound, on time, on rhythm, and it looks awesome. And he certainly can make the throws. The problem is the consistency. And almost every time I turn on the film, the footwork and the pocket movement is unnecessarily difficult. Whether it's wasted movement, whether it's not being lined up, whether it's pocket movement where we're drifting, whether it's heel clickiness, whether it's base issues. It's so many different issues that it kind of feels like it's snowballing when you're watching the film, and every other throw has like a weird miss radius because we're doing something we don't have to do with our feet that's making life difficult on where the ball ends up as far as the precision down the field. So can those things get cleaned up? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's worth acknowledging the fact that it probably shouldn't look like that right now anyway. We'll see if it gets better. I'm fascinated to see if it does and how quickly it does. Regardless, thank you for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.